This time on Dreddit.
Sexuality and boundaries. My girlfriend, 21 and myself 24, says she's bisexual, but has also stated she's not interested in having sex with females. When she's spent time without me, on multiple occasions she's slept in the same bed with a female friend that she's admittedly only kissed for fun, but before our relationship began, so when it happened is obviously none of my business. Am I wrong to feel that sleeping in the same bed is crossing a boundary? Don't established and mutual boundaries go for men and women, particularly with someone who identifies as bisexual? Or am I expected to be comfortable based on the fact that she's said she isn't interested in sex with this female? I know that just because I said I wasn't attracted to another female, she wouldn't be comfortable with me doing so. I don't intend to step on toes in terms of friendship. Things other women do around each other that many straight men don't and wouldn't be acceptable as a female to do with another man while in a relationship, is common, but when it comes to identifying as bisexual, isn't that no longer merely considered the better bonding women have with each other? I think our established mutual boundaries are pretty clear based on my asking this question. I would be expected to never do any of this with another female. I'm sure I'm not the only male or female thinking about this. I'm not panicked to draw conclusions and address this to her. We already have discussed a little and ultimately it came to if I trusted her or not, which I do, but she posed me identifying what I considered these boundaries to be, specifically with her and females, and I can't help considering what I would be a double standard. I'm further curious for some more understanding. This is very valuable knowledge and discussion to me pertaining to someone I love and a relationship I value. Personally, though not as important to the discussion, I have been cheated on in the past in similar circumstances, told I should accept it because sexual exploration is important, which I agree, just not in a monogamous relationship. I've also been privy to a female friend unsuccessfully attempt to break my parents' marriage to be with my mother, so I'm aware I'm coming from a place with some negative experiences. That being said, I've had plenty of friends and family who were various sexuality, and love them dearly, have no issue around my partner. TLDR bisexual girlfriend doesn't think double standards apply with other females. My trust only goes as far as what I'm expected to do and not do with the opposite sex. How can I better understand this, or should I accept it at all?
Am I the a-hole for refusing to go to my sister's wedding over my same-sex partner not being welcome? My sister is having a destination wedding in Hawaii next spring with immediate family only, plus spouses serious partners. I am a bi-female who has been in a relationship with a woman for the past year. We grew up Catholic, parents used to be insanely homophobic but have mellowed out over the past several years, and they begrudgingly accept my girlfriend, however I can tell they are not thrilled. My sister's fiancé and his family are very Catholic, and his parents and grandparents very homophobic. Her future father-in-law has frequently used homophobic and transphobic slurs. We are all cis. Her fiancé knows I'm in a relationship with a woman but his family does not. My sister and parents do not want my girlfriend to come because they don't want to start drama with her fiancé's family. They told me my sister's wedding is not the time to make a statement. I'm not trying to start drama nor make any statements, just being my authentic self with my girlfriend whom I've been with for a year now. I cannot use the excuse that it's too expensive to travel because my parents have volunteered to pay for flight, lodging, food in full. I have offered to pay in full for my girlfriend, although I'm sure if she were a man they'd sponsor her trip too. For her flight food, she'd stay in my room with me obviously. I also cannot use the excuse of not being able to get off work because I'm self-employed, independent massage therapist. I make my own schedule. I have told them if my girlfriend is not welcome then I will not be coming. Major drama had ensued. Sister is really upset because she won't have a bridesmaid otherwise, it's family only, and her fiancé just has a brother, and she doesn't want to have to explain to the in-laws why I'm not there. Am I the a-hole? I often think about committing suicide out of spite. I have been suffering from depression for several years but since last year, 2020, it's the worst it's ever been. I tried to push through it alone but I couldn't do it and was drowning. I lost so much in 2020 and I couldn't handle it mentally and it just broke me. I don't have a good relationship with my parents and over the years I've lost up all my friends and this is the loneliest I've ever been. I finally worked up the courage and told a few people including my parents how bad it's gotten and that I need help. Nothing has really happened since then. Everyone I've told just tries to pretend it isn't a thing and just tells me to try to stay happy. I know I need to go to a therapist but I don't know where to go or who to go to and I don't think I could afford it so I told my parents and they said they'd look into it but they haven't mentioned it since. I know it's no one's responsibility to look after me and in the end my life is in my hands and it's truly up to me to get better. I just wish people would care more that I'm hurting. So sometimes I think about killing myself so that people will finally understand. They would be like, oh, we didn't know how bad it was, or if only she had come to us. Well, I did go to them and they did know how bad it was but they chose to ignore it and pretend it wasn't real. I just want them to feel guilty. People only care after you're dead and then they start talking about how much they would have helped and how much they cared. My parents are one of the reasons why I feel this way. When I was in high school they forced me out of the closet. They're super religious and homophobic and when they found out I was a lesbian everything changed and nothing was ever the same. They're part of the reason why I feel so unloved and unwanted. They've judged everything about me every single day for years. They make it very clear that I'll never be good enough for them. So I think about ending things because I want them to feel the guilt of being able to help but doing nothing. The guilt of knowing it's their fault. I just want them to hurt as bad as they've made me hurt. Also, before anyone gets worried, I wouldn't actually go through with it. I'm too afraid of death to do it. I just think about it a lot. And if you manage to read through this whole thing, even if you don't comment or anything, I appreciate you. I don't have people to vent to, so I appreciate anyone that listens, even if it's a stranger. Edit. Thank you so much to everyone that commented. I'm sorry if I don't respond to everyone, but I read everything and I greatly appreciate all the kind words and advice given.
You